Oh, Internet, how are you? I missed you, and I've loved you. And we're back. It's, I, I live in the old US of A, so it's 4th of July. It means I didn't have to work today. Hey, what's up, One World? Uh, it also means that I stayed up really late last night, so I didn't get up until really late in the afternoon. Was eating and whatnot. So despite all that, I'm only on a little earlier than I may have normally been on. Uh, but yeah, it's a holiday here, and there's only one, or I guess I should say, there's one route to easily celebrate any holiday in the U.S. Um, Obviously, you could go all in with the actual meaning of the holiday, and you could do all those, but that varies from holiday to holiday. The only one constant here is that as long as you drink a little bit, you're celebrating the holiday. So, well, our one concession to the holiday is that I'm going to drink a little bit. So there. But other than that, whew. But one world, you're a Canadian, right? Right. So, in a concession to you, it is Crown. So it is a Canadian whiskey. So there you go. So yeah, let's play some Shadows of Undrentide. So, Shadows, Chapter 1. Select a pre-made character, because we want to feel just overpowered. And there he is. Look at how beautiful. He doesn't look tired at all. And, yeah. Oh yeah, they're gonna get destroyed. I sure did, Michael B. I finished it. It is completed. We wrecked some lizard people. Game volume's a little low. I could turn that up a little bit. Oh, my desktop audio is way down right now. That's what's going on. I was listening to music and I can never figure out how things sound to other people. Is that a little better? No, Morag was a joke. Um, I even tried to kill all of the protector prayer lizard people, but I ended up killing her through like auto targeting and attacks of opportunity before I could finish. Yeah. What, you think I should restart? Is that how we feel about it? That it's too much. It's too OP. All right. If we feel like it's not hard enough with my original character, we can make a new version. So then, if that's what we're doing, all right, fine. Let's exit. New Shadows of Undrentide. Create new character. So the question is, I mean, do we make a descendant then and do the same build just to see how it works in there, or do we do something new and different? What do you guys think? I gotta change this title though. Alright, fine. Alright, new and different? Okay. So then what are we playing for this one? Do we want to try out more of the old vault builds? Do we want to try another one of those, or do we want to just wing it? Cleric or druid? I don't mind being a caster, but where are those old builds? I want to look at what some of those were. Druid is a caster pretty much. Hold on. Let's look at those old builds. BioWare legacy builds. We have what I was doing, which was the Divine Warrior. There's an Undead Lord, which is a Wizard Fighter Pale Master. A Holy Paragon, which does Cleric, Fist of Raziel, and Champion of Torm. That's kind of similar. We've got an Eldritch Archer that does Wizard, Eldritch Knight, and Arcane Archer. That could be fun. Troubadour Guardian. Bard? Nah, that's not us. That ain't me. That ain't me. There's a Rogue Archer and a Reliable Archer. I remember the Rogue Archer being really good, but I don't like playing Halfling, so I'd modify it a little bit. I think we'd probably be an Elf instead. Magical Marauder? 22 levels of Wizard, 8 levels of Fighter, 10 levels of Champion of Torm? God, that seems weird. Exalted Sorceress. 38 levels of Sorcerer, 1 Paladin, 1 Monk. What the hell is this? What are you trying to do here? You don't take your monk level until way later, and you take a random 1 level of paladin. Probably for the charisma-based defenses that you get. This seems kind of cool. And what else do we have? And then we have Blade Juggernaut, Bewildering Archer. I don't know. Maybe I'm feeling like a bow class. Don't you have to take something though that you just get tons of attacks of opportunity on you though. See, and if we take this, we'll be... This one is a real wizard-heavy archer build. What does this one do? Yeah, let's try one of these archers, but I'm not sure which one yet. So there's a few of them in here. I remember. I know that the reliable archer is pretty good, but that one only has a couple of levels of wizard. And I'm not sure. And then there's one, so this one is heavier on fighter. Yeah, no, I know. And then we have just like an all-wizard archer. Oh, but this one requires the PRC pack to build and operate. I don't know if the PRC pack was bundled in with this. All right, let's see here. We gotta make a decision. Let's go with this bewildering archer, because it still combines the benefits of fighter and wizard before going into arcane archer, but it is heavier on the wizard, so you get 11 levels of wizard as opposed to some of the other ones. Let's do this one. All right. So we're a male, and we're an elf. And, God, these portraits are garbage. We'll do this one, because it's got a quiver. So what do we start as? We start as a fighter, because obviously we need the bonus feat. And then alignment, let's stick with good. We'll be chaotic good this time. And then, how do we, what does this want us to do? It wants us to go down to 14 and up to 18. So that means some of these other things go down. This goes down. Yeah. Well, and I feel like the longsword build only gets better in the other. There's I don't remember if it's in this one or if it's in Hordes, but there's a really overpowered longsword that is crazy overpowered, and the way they offset it is it has a -4 to dex, but if you wear something that prevents ability or level drain, like, you don't receive the negatives. So that would have been kind of cool. But we'll at least play Horde or Shadows with the new character. Alright, what else do they want? They want us to go up to... They want us to go down to 8? Oh, I hate going down to negatives. How short am I going to be? This guy's like the opposite. Alright, we'll just follow their build, even though I hate being negatives. Because they want us to have our as much bonuses as we need. So we're not very wise, and we're not very charming, which is a pretty good dichotomy from the Divine Warrior, who was all charm, right? He's so charming that it was hard to hit him with things. He was so charming he did extra damage. This guy doesn't function on charm or wisdom at all. So it's probably like annoying, right? He's probably like cocky and overly confident, not cautious at all. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, let's just configure this bad boy. What do you want me to do? Thing. All right, so you want... Oh, wow. Yeah, definitely full of himself. This guy is foolhardy. We have so many points to spend. Okay, so they recommend discipline and tumble, and then we save 12. So we're relying pretty heavily on tumble, I guess, if we're willing to spend 2 points per point and not be able to go. We want tumbles immediately. All right. Avoid tax of opportunity. Okay, great. And then, not that surprisingly, our starting feats are point blank shot and weapon focus longbow. Okay. And then we customize. Ooh, alright. What do we got here? Isn't there like a hooded one? Kind of like the Mohawk guy. This is what matches the portrait. But God, does it look terrible, right? We need silver hair. Oh, that's right. I forgot that you could be a fat dude. Obviously we're not going to be a fat elf. See, I'm always kind of partial to this look, if I recall. Oh, the pretty boy. Oh, we could just have the hood. I like the hood. Yeah, and it updates based on what you wear. I think we do the hood, right? What else we got? Facial hair. Who puts facial hair on an elf? Sacrilege. Alright, so even though this matches our portrait, I'm not down with it. So I feel like it's either the headband with a little bit of spikies out the back, or it's the hood face. I don't know if he's really a man of mystery per se, but he is, I mean, he's got a lot of wizard in him, and wizards love hoods, right? And he's an archer, and archers love hoods, so I lean toward the hood look. But not the robed look. Why you gotta have all these deep V's? Yeah, I think that's good. Our hair color isn't that important with this particular build. Is there a way we can make him a little more pale without making him look like just straight up white? There we go. He's a little more pale, but still has some actual skin tone to him. I like it. You know, he spends a lot of time studying wizardry, all that kind of stuff. Alright. Oh, so now we need a name.
The battle is on.
The hood is permanent, except for if you wear a helmet, then the hood is covered by the helmet. But there's a decent chance that we forsake the benefits of wearing a helmet for the fashion of the hood. There's a good chance of that. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, so he's not dumb.
Once more into the breach, my friends.
He could be
still so I can hit you.
He could be kind of a prankster.
Palpable touch.
Oh, there's just straight an archer.
I hear the battle calling.
Oh, but
death is coming for you.
Oh, but it's terrible.
You're going down. You can't win. Quickly, I need healing. I could use a hand here. We've got company.
No, I don't like it. It's not good.
Now you shall taste my power. Feel my wrath. This is going to hurt. Now you die.
That one's okay.
I want once more into the breach, my friends.
I think prankster's good. Yeah, prankster's good. And then we need a name. We need a name for this guy. So I have kind of a go-to name for like a ranger type, which is Rillian Willowbark, which I've rolled up for D&D before. But this, he doesn't feel like Rillian. He's not wood elf enough, and he's not all in rangery enough for that name. So that one doesn't fit him. Do we need? Yeah, the evangelist is pretty good. The sociopath is funny, of course, but it's not appropriate for our good-natured yet overconfident arcane archer. So we're gonna go with prankster, I think. But we need a name. A name worthy of our archer. Sylvanus Moonbow. Yeah, we can plagiarize ourselves, but I don't think we can plagiarize other folks. Like, I don't mind stealing from my repertoire of existing characters. But we could do some randoms for inspiration. Aladel? I don't like these. What if we were you know, I have an elven cleric name that I like to use every now and again, but I just like it, and it will kind of be the spirit of our other character a little bit. So like Aranel is a good elf name that I like, that I made up long ago. But do we need a last name for him, or is he like Beyonce, one name? Aranel. Do we do something like real on the nose for the last name? Like, I don't know, like Spell Sniper, or like Aerospell? Aranel Aerospell? It has a kind of a niceness to it that I like. Aranel Aerospell. When you say AA, like Arcane Archer, I'm down with it. Yeah. Alright. So, Wanderlust has recently lured you into the human lands against your family's advice and your own better judgment. You plan to show these short-lived humans and filthy dwarves what a real elf is made of. Yeah, that's fine. Why not? Alright, so we've got Aranel Aerospell. He's all about the bows. Let's do it.
Hilltop, one of many small...
Didn't we just watched that? We don't need to do it again. My Footlocker. We get a scale of discipline. Unique power self. What does this do? Just boost our discipline for the day? Alright. Well, so we got powers. Mistra's Hand. What does this do? Tired. He gave each of them a ring that would teleport them back if they found themselves in mortal peril. Focus Crystal. Alright. So this is our Stone of Recall, right? But we have to fuel it with things. Yeah. This is your journal, which chronicles your life at Drogon's Academy. From the day you set foot in the door to the last eve's entry, all of your experience are contained within. One selection of the journal talks about your interaction with the other apprentices. Xanos, the half-orc sorcery, has a superior attitude that rubs most the other apprentices the wrong way. Dorna is a dwarven rogue who loves to incite arguments between Xanos and the third apprentice, Misha. Misha is a human paladin of Mistra, whose vision of the world is limited to black and white, with nothing in between. Okay, so Misha is lawful stupid, right? The classic lawful stupid. You are the fourth and senior apprentice. And Drogon always held respect for you and your abilities. Lately, Drogon has begun to seek new apprentices as your term here has nearly reached completion. Your final examination will soon be upon you. So, immediately, there's a problem here that was addressed in the original campaign. Oh yeah, I like the hood. The hood looks good. Is that in the original campaign, if you weapon focus a certain weapon, it's in your footlocker. But instead, they gave me a short sword. But clearly, I'm meant to bow it up. So I have to get a bow as soon as possible. But I have to do it myself. Oh jeez, they're rushing me.
Aha! You're here. Tell me, surely you have heard how our dear Misha fared in her last test.
I haven't.
I have had enough of your jibe, Xanos. You would have done no better.
On the contrary, dear lady, I tend to do exactly what Master Drogon asks me to do. If he says to rescue the goblin child, then I rescue the goblin child. It is not so difficult.
I kind of hate all of them. I mean, Misha's alright. Misha Waymeat. She's got that nice cleavage armor that's important in a female character in RPGs. They can't be covered up like we are.
I somehow doubt Master Drogon would ask you to rescue anything that he didn't expect you to rob first.
You are the aspiring thief amongst us, little Dorna, not I.
But a goblin is an evil creature, child or no. How can I be expected to lend it aid? It was not a fair test of my abilities.
You are not a paladin, Aranel. I would not expect you to understand. A creature of evil deserves no mercy from the righteous. Listen, girl. I have been a paladin. And it's all about how you spin it, RP-wise. Oh, and of course, the child could not be raised differently, could it? It will always be an evil creature. This is not about you, Xanos, and besides, you have human blood within you to redeem your orcish heritage. Misha is just kind of terrible. You humans are all the same. Sometimes I wonder just how redeeming my human blood really is. Pah! Perhaps there is a lesson to learn in Master Drogon's test you have not thought of yet, Misha. Don't worry, girl. You'll figure out not to be so hateful. Thank you for your kindness, Aranel. I suspect that Master Drogon will never hold me with the regard he has for you. Bah, who cares how the dwarf regards them? I came here to learn what I can from him, and that's all. I mean, I respect him, right? If such bootlicking makes one graduate faster, then I question the worth of Master Drogon's little school. Perhaps it is the school that questions your worth, half-orc. Ah, come on, Misha. Don't be like that. For a paladin, you have quite a mouth on you, little girl. Aranel, I heard Master Drogon saying that your final test would be coming very soon. Do you think you're ready for it? I mean, I think so. You sound so confident. I wish I could say the same. I bet Master Drogon will take away Aranel's ring for the final test. No teleporting about for you. But Master Drogon gave us the rings to keep us safe. They've kept all of us from being killed during our training. I mean, I don't know what he's gonna do. I don't remember this story at all. I don't remember these three people. I only remember Deacon. Deacon might be the only thing I remember from this game. I remembered that I started in an inn-like area, and then Deacon, and that's it. Shadows of Undrentide is almost a complete mystery to me. And what better way to test if you're ready to leave the nest, eh? What do you think of that, Aranel? Ready to lose your ring? Yeah, sure. And if Master Drogon tells you to hop about on one foot, would you do that too? I mean, maybe. Xanos is weak of constitution and constantly in need of rescuing by the ring. That's why he values it so highly, I think. Shut up, little dwarf. I notice you've no lack of focus crystals to power your precious ring. Better to be safe than sorry, I always say. You do always say that. Do you know your final test will be, Aranel? Has Master Drogon... No, I have no idea what it will be.
I cannot wait until Master Drogon gives me my final test. Oh, I wish I was in your shoes.
Great.
Once I agree with the little girl. I came to Master Drogon to learn how to be an adventurer. I wish to adventure.
True. I wish something exciting would happen here at Hilltop. Do you hear that?
The sounds of battle from
Master Drogon is
downstairs.
in trouble. Use your ring.
Ha! A most palpable touch.
So, the nice thing about not being a paladin is that I don't think Aranel has a huge problem with looting, you know? That we don't have to worry about as much. He's a little bit about, you know, take whatever serves him will serve the greater good, I think. Yeah. He certainly has. He appreciates the pragmatism that practice sword minus. Let's take these potions. We don't need our practice sword though. I think maybe a little bit of each one of the characters have rubbed off on him a little bit, right? All right, I've already checked that one out. So, you know, the thief's pragmatism about taking what you can get. Xanos' reliance on magic. Some of the paladin's sense of good in terms of your overall actions. He's a culmination of all of these things. God, come on. If only I had a better weapon, then this would be easy to break into. Do we have power attack? No, we don't, because we didn't take that feat. Alright, we're gonna be here all day. We'll break into that later. What about this mysterious footlocker? I don't think so. Michael B comes and goes. He doesn't hang out. Alright, so we've got a top, we've got some rags, we got a fish, an empty bottle, a couple of spells, and a book. Storybook that recounts the adventures of many of Faerun's best known heroes. Jam stains and scribbles render some of the stories almost illegible. God, I can't say that word today. And many of the woodcut illustrations have been enhanced with strategically placed mustaches. Mustaches. Alright, so that's where we need to go. So then... And then that is barred. We can't get into Master Drogon's. I'm bummed I can't get into Dorna's footlocker. Well, I can, but it would take infinite time, right? We did like 3 damage to it over the course of like 15 swings on it. Oh. Alright. We got some kobolds. Master Drogon is using, what is that, Bilby's hand? Bilby's grasping hand? That's the spell. Oh, but like seeing his spell work makes me like, oh, maybe I should have gone all spells. I mean, I'll have, what, 11 levels of wizard. I'll have some spells, but
Run while you can. It's the judgment of Mistra.
yeah, Bigby. He's one of the old wizards that created a bunch of spells. Like Melf, who created, you know, Acid Arrow. I mean, I think we're committed to this Archer character. That's fine. I'm just saying, like, spells are cool too. But maybe we do spells when we start exploring the persistent worlds. Coldstone.
The little beasts are all gone? Then I shall see to Drogon now. I can only imagine what they did to make him fall.
Okay. See to him.
Poison? I cannot tell the type, but I should be able to counter it with my magic. Hold on, good one.
Or maybe I'll convince my buddy to play, and he'll want to play a paladin, and then I could go through the whole thing co-op wise, and I play a mage to opposite him. Maybe that's something we do. I don't know.
How could they have acquired such a
He needs to
poison
play
in
this
them?
game.
And why did they come all this way just to strike at Master Drogon? There must be an answer.
I think that he should play the original stuff, because he has Neverwinter Nights 2, but I don't think he's actually ever played the original stuff. Which is ridiculous, because it's great, right? We know it. But he full-time streams, so it'll be harder to get on and do stuff with him. Like, it'll have to be like a weekend thing. So that would be a much slower run through. How could they have acquired such a poison, I wonder? And why did they come all this way just to strike at Master Drogon? There must be an answer. Thanks, but who are you? No, I mean, our character knows who she is, right? I don't know, to tell the truth. The fact that this poison resists curative magic disturbs me greatly. I shall try my best to aid him. I find it more than a little suspicious that some helpful stranger would show up just as these little creatures attack, eh? I don't think it would be that hard to convince him. I might have to buy the game for him, but I can shell out $10 just to get him to try it out. Oh no, my bandwidth is dropping. Why? Why you do this, game? I don't have a lot of stuff running. Okay, and then we bump back up. Cursed Cox Internet. I find it more than a little suspicious that some helpful stranger would show up just as these little creatures attack, eh? How rude, this lady aids us without asking for anything in return, and you would repay her with suspicion? Rude or not, I'd like an answer as well. You have remarkable timing, my lady. Of course you are suspicious. I would be as well were I in your shoes. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Ayala Windspear. I have been following the tracks of these kobolds for almost 2 days. I thought it odd that they would range so far from their home caves in the Nether Mountains. By the way, there's a good gaming client that would help you if you want to do co-op. It creates VLAN. It's called Evolve. They recently shut down due to funding, but have resurfaced. Great for older games that don't have functional multiplayer surfaces. Well, yeah, I'll probably have to look into something like that, so thanks for the advice, because I was already wondering like how you do like single player co-op on this old game, because I remember doing it via LAN, and he's definitely not going to haul his rig over here. I mean, I have another computer that could run it, that I could hook up, and I could invite someone over to do things. But I feel like if we were going to stream in co-op, I mean, I would want to probably have like a Skype service up, or screen cap his cam as well, and throw him up in the game. Yeah, I remember the direct connection almost being unusable on the original game. I mean, also, internet was real bad at the time, but I imagine that it didn't get better since they don't really support the game anymore. I never imagined they would do something like this, however. As soon as I realized they were headed for Hilltop, I came as quickly as I could, but too late. Why were you following these kobolds? Shouldn't we chase down these kobolds? Why would anyone want to attack Master Drogon? Alright, why were you following the kobolds? I was just passing through this area, to be perfectly honest. It's my responsibility to take note of strange occurrences and investigate them. What do you mean, your responsibility? I am a harper, as is Drogon. Do you know what a harper is? One that secretly meddles in the affairs of others, whether they welcome it or not. That is a viewpoint born of ignorance. We harpers band together to fight evil wherever it arises, even though some may call it meddling. This naturally means that the harpers have many enemies. I suspect one of them is responsible for this attack. I hope I am wrong.
I believe I can shed some light on that.
Drogensen? Alright.
Master Drogon!
Master Drogon!
Drogon, you live. Mistra be praised.
It was the artifacts they were after. They've stolen all 4 of them. I could do nothing.
I thought as much. How could anyone have found out you even had them? This is terrible news.
What artifacts? When Drogon retired to Hilltop, the Harpers entrusted 4 dangerous artifacts to his care. We thought this area remote enough that they would be safe.
They were. I do not know how they were discovered.
God, they really just pick and choose when they're going to use voice acting, huh? We'll have to find out. Those artifacts are too powerful and dangerous to be left in unknown hands. Yeah, I'll help out. That's good to hear. I will need to stay here and tend to Drogon's poison. The help I can offer is limited until he gets better. Arenel, my eldest student, it is up to you. It is vital that you find these items and bring them back. You can count on me. Such courage, dear boy. You do me proud. This will be your final test. I know that you are ready. So much relies on you. I know you will not let me down. I cannot. Drogon, he's passed out from the pain. It's up to you then, Arenel. As he said, you must recover these artifacts before they can be put to dangerous use. You got any advice? If you need assistance, think of asking Dorna or Xanos to accompany you. The others can remain here and help guard the school. That would be me. I wish I could go with you, Arenel. You are so lucky. And we will be luckier still to have the great Xanos by his side. Get over yourself already, Xanos. Arenel will pick whoever he picks, and it will probably be someone he can stand. Yes, as I said, me. There is also bound to be some equipment here in the school which can help you. See if you can find some healing equipment, especially. If you can't find potions, healing kits will have to do. As for the artifacts themselves, I can tell you what I know about them. If you wish, it's not much, but it might help. Beyond that, all that remains is to go out into Hilltop and follow the trail of the kobolds. It should not be difficult. Their passing will have been noticed, I'm sure. I will help you as much as I can, but my first duty is to keep Drogon alive. Whatever this poison is inside him, I intend to fight it. Alright, well... Tell me about these artifacts. I know a little about these artifacts, but keep in mind that anything I tell you mostly comes from memory. I wish I had more detailed information to offer. Let's see if I remember correctly. There are 4 artifacts in total: a mummified hand, a dragon's tooth, a statue of a tower, and a mask. Okay, quite eclectic. It belonged to a powerful lich named Belferon, as I understand it. The hand was all that was left when he was destroyed. I remember it being said that some of Belferon's power remained in the hand. Perhaps someone is trying to tap into it, or perhaps one of Belferon's old followers wants him resurrected. If that is the case, it would be terrible news. Belferon threatened to destroy Faerun at the first time. We certainly don't need him trying again. Alright, what about the dragon's tooth? A remnant of the great worm Hephaestion, a great dragon that also wielded the most evil of the black arts. The dragon died long ago, but it's possible that the kobolds could have some interest in it, seeing as they are of draconic origin themselves. I have trouble believing the kobolds are the instigators of this theft, however. It is more likely they serve another, perhaps even a dragon aspiring to have Hephaestion's power. It's interesting they use Hephaestion as the name. There was in the Legend of Driss, there's a dragon. His actual name wasn't Hephaestus, but he was known as Hephaestus. It was a red dragon who would offer really expensive, like, smelting services, blacksmith services to people who were willing to pay for it. So, like, there was Hephaestus in the world of Faerun, but apparently there's also Hephaestion. Alright, what about the tower statue? I actually do not know much about that. I believe it was found in a desert tomb many years ago, and one of our wizards detected powerful and destructive magic within it. The nature of the magic could not be discerned, however, so it was put aside to be kept safe until more could be discovered about it. Yeah, dragons do love their gold. Hephaestus was tricked by Driss into breathing lots of fire, and then, like, as they were escaping, he was attacking them with fire, and he melted a bunch of his treasure on accident. He was quite upset about it. I have my doubts that the statue would be of use to anyone. Perhaps its theft was only incidental because it lay with the rest. Alright, well, tell me about the mask. Listen here, Internet. Do we got anything else I could turn off? You're all over the place. My phone isn't on my Wi-Fi, so I don't know why it's bouncing all over the place. It's just a bad time of day, I think. Anyways. Yeah. I can tell, but I don't really have a means to correct it at the moment. Because I don't have anything network-wise running other than the stuff that's needed for streaming anyway. Yeah, I'm all over the place. Like, I normally sit around 4,000 KBS, and it's dropping to 0 and then bouncing back up to 9,000. It's just all over the place. We're back at our normal 4,000 at the moment. But I don't know, if I'm going to keep doing this regularly, I should probably just try and figure out a way to keep it a little more constant. What about the mask? Once belonged to a high priest of the Lord of Shadows, I believe, and is imbued with considerable power, though nobody has figured out how to use it. Seeing as the god of thieves rarely produces items of benevolent purpose, it was decided to keep the mask safe and out of his followers' hands. Perhaps someone has figured out how to use the mask's power? If so, any amount of mischief could be expected as a result. Alright, I guess tell me about the Harpers. There's not much more to tell, I think. The Harpers seek to maintain a balance in the world in the face of those who would abuse their powers. Some claim we are spies, others consider us dangerous meddlers, or even outright assassins. In truth, we are a little of all things when the situation warrants it. You know, it was always our hope that Drogon students might take the cue from their tutor and become Harpers themselves, in fact. What do you think? Yeah, sure. I'd love to become a Harper. Why not? That's good. You certainly seem like the sort of man who would do well amongst the Harpers. We will have to wait and see. Alright, well, tell me about kobolds. Only very little. I came across their tracks when crossing one of the mountain paths through the Nether Mountains to the north. So, Nether to the north. Mountains are high. The north is up on the map. Is it just that they're... Where's the Nether coming from? When I realized that they had left the highlands and come down into the valley, I became alarmed. For kobolds to range so far from their home caves is unusual. Kobolds are tiny, draconic predators that rely more on their cunning than their strength to survive. For them to be so bold means they either have much to gain or much to fear. Internet, you're so frustrating today. Alright, tell me about yourself. Also, I maybe disagree with you that kobolds rely on their cunning. They're not super sharp creatures either. I feel like they rely on strength and numbers, like zerglings. You want to know more about me? Whatever for? My past isn't important here. Would it hurt to get to know each other a bit? Believe me, Arenelle, when I say we will have plenty of time to swap stories once this is all over, alright? Alright, guy, you don't have to... If you ask whether or not he still gives the rings to his students, the answer is yes. Thankfully, yes. You needn't get so excited about them, Xanos. They're just rings. You keep that smirk where I cannot see it, dwarf. These rings will save our lives plenty in the days to come. The fact that you have them is good. As I recall, the ring uses energy of a focus crystal to pull you to Drogon in the instant before death, correct? You can also use them voluntarily to return to Drogonside. Seeing as I'll be wherever Drogon is, in both cases, we can use that to our advantage. I should be able to use the connection between the ring and the spot you came from to teleport you back there if need be. I wouldn't advise jumping back somewhere dangerous, but I will at least be able to save you some time. I'm afraid there's not much more I can do to help. Do you have more crystals? No, of course not. I would imagine the Drogon has a lab around here, perhaps in his room. If you can find it, there might be a way to make more crystals. Alright. So, we can't take Misha, because she's staying to guard, so our choice is a dwarf rogue or a half-orc sorcerer.
You're here to help Master Drogon. You'll need to get underway as soon as possible. Do you need my help?
Yeah. Well, you know me. If you need sharp eyes to watch for ambushes or a nasty trap dealt with, I'm your girl. What do you say? Yeah, sure. We'll take Dorna for now. Great. We'll have Master Drogon's artifacts back in no time, and maybe pick up a coin or two for ourselves along the way. So in this one, we can actually equip them. So she's got a hand axe. She's also got a battle axe. Why would she be using the hand axe over the battle axe? She also has a short bow and a short sword. Why wouldn't you just be using that, Dorna? It's just straight better than your hand axe. Can I bring up my inventory as well? I can. I'm taking your key. I also might take your bow. We'll see. But I know that we're gonna go look in your footlocker. What else we got around here? Alright, so we came down. There was a divining pool, so this is where we pick up our quest items. If we lose them, great. Divining pool serves the same purpose as it always has. Really, just the ability to change their gear on your own is amazing. Alright, so we got your stuff. Can we get into Master Drogon's room now?
Can't do that.
Then why would what's-her-fuck, the Harper? I mean, probably not. I will miss the jokes at Linu's expense, though. If that's the case. Alright, so that's the front door. And then we have the kitchen. It's great. It's good that they labeled it. What? We just have like food now? Alright, and then there were more crates that I missed. Hold on. Yeah, we got all kinds of meat now. And fish and garlic. We're on our way to being a master chef. Jeez, this place is bonkers. Oh, what is this? Is it another kobold? Come to wreak havoc on Master's things? Well, Reese will fight them. Yes, she will. She will protect her Master's things this time. No. It is someone I recognize. Gladdens my heart. Yes, it does. Hello there, Erenhill. So, how are you doing? I am still being Reese. Oh yes, I am not dead. That is a good thing, but you should be knowing that kobolds stole Master's stuff. Yes, they did. But Erenhill, you cannot help, for they are gone, and that is sad, but Reese feels something is wrong with Master. Tell me, what happened to him? He was poisoned. Oh no, poor Master, poor Reese. If Master dies, then Reese will be all alone. Reese should go up to Master, yes she should. But Master wanted Reese to stay down in his laboratory. Oh yes, that is what he said, and Reese must obey, kind Master. Oh, Erenhill, Reese feels terrible right now. Maybe if we talk a bit, you will make me feel better? Yes, I love to talk. Do you want to hear a riddle? Yeah, sure, tell me your riddle, Reese. Oh yes, my riddle. A fine choice for a fine man. Here is my riddle. A woman has 5 children, and half of them are sons. Is this possible? A woman has 5 children, and half of them are sons. Is this possible? What? Reese, your riddle is trash. Are we getting into some, like, gender fluid stuff? Or are you getting down to a chromosome level where, like, if there are 3 daughters... I don't know. We'll go with yes. Yes, it's true. Reese thinks you're smarter than you look, or else very lucky. Lucky, Reese. I don't understand your riddle. It is true, if the other half of the children are also males, she must have 5 boys. Ah, I see. I see what you're saying. So you're not saying exclusively half of them are boys. Just clarifying that they're all boys, so both halves are boys. I see what you're saying. It's a proper riddle, I guess, Reese. But maybe, you know, only half of one identifies as male. I don't know. We live in strange times, Reese. Do you want to... Yeah. Questions are not as good as riddles, unless questions are riddles, but you ask and I will try to answer. How do I get into the lab? You cannot get in the way the kobolds did. No, you cannot. Reese cannot even believe the kobolds did get in. I saw them coming to the laboratory. I knew they could not get across, and I thought it was going to be such fun watching them behind the magic circle. I was about to appear to them and taunt them. Yes, I was, but then they stopped, and you would not believe what they did. No, you would not. They threw dust on the circle. And what did that do? It must have been magic dust. Oh, yes, or it would not have worked. No, no, no. Stupid, ugly kobolds walked right over the symbol and looted all of Master's things. Well, maybe not all his stuff. No, no. There'd be some stuff left. Little bits of stuff that stupid kobolds not think would be important or no could find. But you cannot get into Master's laboratory. No, you may not. Why not? Oh, Reese no can tell you that. No, no, no. Master never tells anybody that, except for Reese, and now Master is upset. Oh, yes, he is. Reese can feel it. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, my persuade is garbage. Master trusted Reese to protect his treasures, and now Reese has failed. Never will Reese fail Master again. You no ask to get in anymore. No, no, no. No, what are you, stupid like a bold? Me said no, and me mean no. Yeah, Aranel, no means no. But wait, Reese knows what is going on. Yes, she does. You will not be tricking her, nasty little kobold. What are you talking about? You must be a kobold in disguise. That is what I mean. You will not be getting past me, nor will I bring the treasure to you. Unless maybe if Reese could test you, then maybe she could bring you Master's items. Yes, yes, yes. Maybe Reese ask you riddles. That would be good. Yes, it would. Yeah, ask me riddles. You answered one riddle correctly already. Yes, you did. So Reese will just give you 2 more riddles to answer because she is kind and caring. Yes, she is. A prisoner is going to be killed and is told by executioner that him must make one statement. If the statement be true, then him will be drowned. If his statement be false, then he be hanged. What statement can he make to confuse the executioner and not be killed at all? He could just say, I will be hanged, right? Because if he is hanged, then the statement would be true and he should have been drowned. Yes, 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 yes. That is the thing to say. Then the executioner cannot hang you, or you told truth, and he should drown you. If he drowns you, then you lied and you should be hanged. You'd be pretty smart, much smarter than kobold. I am thinking, but kobolds turned out to be smarter than me, thought when them break Master's ward. This is a hard riddle, so you should take your time and figure it out. You should. Are you ready? Yep. There be an island, which is deserted. Yes, it is. This island has 4 fruit trees, each with a different kind of fruit. There be a group of wizards who visit the island each year, for they like it. Yes, they do. Each wizard eats 2 types of fruit, but each group of 2 trees can only have 1 wizard in common, which means only 1 wizard can eat from the apple tree and the pear tree. So, what you must be telling me is how many wizards belong to this group. This is just a math problem, Reese, and I haven't had to do math problems in so many years. Alright, so there are 4 trees, and each wizard eats 2 fruit. And each group of 2 trees can only have 1 wizard in common. So you could have, oh, there's so many overlaps of just 1, right? So that pair and that pair, that pair and that pair, but also this pair and this pair. So is it 6? Right? Because there's the, if you look at them like the corners of a square, right? You can have 1 wizard per side, and then you can have 1 wizard per diagonal. And that would be the only, right? And there's no other combination that wouldn't result in more than, is it 1 world? Is it 6? It seems like 6 to me. What's your answer? Six sounds right to me, because if you tried to pair any other grouping of trees, you would end up overlapping again with a different wizard. Yeah. That is very smart of you to know that. It took Reese a long time to figure that one out. I guess you must be who you seem to be, and I will have to trust you to help Master. I will go and fetch the items for you. My secret hiding places. Reese hopes you will help Master. Okay. Okay, so now I have the continue. So what did you give me? A room key, 3 focus crystals, and scare. Do they stack? The focus crystals don't stack? God, that's Garbage Town. That's Garbage Town, USA. Speaking of USA, maybe it's time for another quick bit of the old whiskey. So, in case there's more riddles, we want them to get harder as the day progresses, right? Well, yes, the components are annoying too. I mean, what's nice about it is it gives you that sense of realism, right? With D&D, right? You had to actually have the space to carry things and whatnot. All right, so now we can go back upstairs and go into his room. That sounds right. Starting area, the game. Yeah, exactly. Reese, your riddles are impossible. Stop giving me math problems. Alright, so we've got a chest here.
I can't do that.
Which is warded by magic, apparently. Some gold. Some more gold. And then we have a grinder. A miscellaneous supply chest. Which has alchemist file, quartz crystal, slad's tongue. Well, I think as long as... God, let me clear all these goddamn alerts on my phone. The blinking is driving me crazy. Well, at least with the change to equipment and whatnot, it seems fairly likely that I will not need to most of my recalling was to sell things and to revive Linu, so as long as my companions don't die as often, I shouldn't need it as often. Oh geez, we got a bunch of stuff in here, huh? Well, we got our longbow, so that's good. Is there a vendor near here that I could just sell all this excess? Yeah, I got a pack mule, and they shouldn't die as often. Alright, so the other thing that's going to change about this playthrough is that we're going to use a bow, so we're going to have a lot more need to pay attention to how much arrow stock we have, is the other thing. There's a magic helm? I don't understand how to use any of this stuff. How do I create? Requires 1 quartz crystal combined with any 2 of the following gems: Phenelope, Adventurine, Fluorspar, or Amethyst. Alright, so I can combine gems with quartz crystals to make those things. Let's see if there are any. Well, because Hilltop is more than just this building, though, right? God, I don't remember. Anyways, no, that's not what I'm trying to do. That and this. All right, we've officially become an archer. So that's great. Ayala, do you sell things? No. You heal, but you don't sell anything. Okay. Well, let's head out. Alright, so we've got Drogon's Barn. I'm so glad I remembered there was a violent slider. I love the exploding enemies. Alright, so we've got some stuff. We got some places we can go. So maybe we take these items and see if we can sell them. They're all regular items, so they're not going to sell for a whole lot, but how much more carrying space do I have? I still have a lot, so I should be able to carry a fair amount of it. I think we might have to pick up regular stuff a little more often, because I will be less inclined to, Tanglefoot bag.
This pack is heavier than I am.
Oh, man. Alright. Well, we've run out of weight already. And I'm not gonna slow walk my way into the village proper. That is not the life we're trying to live. Come, dwarf rogue, with your battle axe. Oh, that's right. Thank you. God, I'm just back and forth. You're right. I can put stuff on my companion. I'm so used to how basically useless Linu was. I mean, sure, she's a little bit of arm candy, and companionship, but beyond that, all right. So let's.
This pack is heavier than I am.
Yeah, I know the pack is heavier than you are. All right. So this. Is there a quick way to get to the companion's inventory? I don't even know. Alright. We gotta give her... There we go. Yeah, I mean, there were some times where her soaking damage was useful in the beginning, right? Where she died in place of me dying. Oh, probably I could quick slot it. I can quick slot my inventory. Maybe I can't do it. Assign other actions, barter, talk to, command. Does this mean it's hers? Yeah, okay, good. Alright, we got a dog who apparently reset his path. That's fine. We got a couple of dogs and an ox and some tracks. Oh, alright, so we got some kobolds in the barn, eh? Okay, so both tracks say the same thing. That's fine.
Oh, that's liable to leave a scar.
Oh yeah, my quick slots were pretty well filled, and Linu wasn't particularly useful. Oh yeah, I guess that could have been helpful for Linu, instead of relying on her own wisdom as to when to heal and when not to heal. It was fine though. It worked out. We cleared the original campaign without too much difficulty. The only person who had difficulty with the original campaign was, in fact, Linu.
I would speak with you a moment.
Okay. What is it? Well, it's just that this is a big thing. We're leaving everything behind to find these kobolds and artifacts we don't even know about. I don't even know where to start. All I can think about is Master Drogon lying there. He'll be fine. We'll make sure of it. Sure, you've progressed farther than all of us thought. You're not worried at all. I have a couple of doubts, I guess, but I trained hard too. Master Drogon has always been a good teacher. I owe it to him to try my best and to help him. Alright, well, don't forget that we'll be on our own soon. We need to think about ourselves too. The odd coin here and there could fall our way. A little luck, a little skill, and a little bit of something for yourself in your pocket at the end of the day. We've talked enough, I think. The sooner we head out, the sooner Master Drogon is better, and we can count up the spoils. Yeah, well, part of that is how good those builds were on the Neverwinter Night vault site. Those are some quality builds, but if you go with a one-handed weapon and you take a lot of the feats that make it easier to hit and do damage with it, and then you wear gear that is very protective against the various forms of attack that exist in the game, so make sure you have some spell resistance, make sure you have some damage resistances. Even without a great build, it still ends up working out all right.
Indeed.
Oh. You got this? Let's say hi to these people. I'm sure they'll appreciate that we unlocked their door for them. It looks inhabited. There's no one here. And they just have bullets. Okay. guard. We got some more dogs. God, this town is dog heavy and chicken heavy. What's here? Alright. Go to town.
All done here.
It's nice being a character that'll keep a thief with them instead of my much more honorable divine warrior. Yeah, we'll take some beer. Why not? A pile of stones. Great. An empty pile of stones. So we have the smithy.
I would speak with you a moment.
Oh my god. Yeah, what is it? I just had a flash of memory as we entered Hilltop. It's a lot different now, that's for sure. Kobolds everywhere. It must have been a big fight. I don't think the people had much of a choice. They may have been on their home turf, but I doubt they had Master Drogon's skill to draw on. Nothing they could do but pick up a shovel and hope for the best. Looks like they did all right. Well, relatively. People still died. Yeah, we'll make them pay. Things aren't that grim yet. Master Drogon could still pull through if we get back the stolen artifacts. Get mad, sure, but stay on track. Let's scout it around a bit more. We'll fight through a few stragglers and pick up a few coins, all while looking like heroes to the locals. I like the way you think, Dorna. Anyways, what's this smithy got to say to us?
Hail and well met.
Ah, one of Drogon's students. Always nice to see your young face in here. Now, which one are you again? I'm kidding, Arinel. Do not get such a sour face. I have not forgotten you. I am not so old as all of that. Now, are you here to buy something or just for a visit? Yeah, I'd like to see what you got for sale. Mostly because I want to sell you the stuff I don't intend to use. What does this do? Full of bursting with... This is goo. Exposed to air becomes tough and resilient, able to hold a creature in place. Also, I want to do this. Eyes of the Eagle. How does it look? It's kind of cool, but here's the thing. The hood is so cool, you know? Sell that, and sell this. We have spells. We'll be able to use spells this time around, so maybe we should be hanging on to spells until we do our wizard levels so that we can fill out our spell book, maybe. What's the top? It's a child's toy. Great. Wand of Acid has one charge. Well, a one charge wand isn't going to help us much. Yeah. We don't have anything to give Dorna that we care about right now, though. And I think there's a chance we switch to Deacon, because I remember now that I kind of hate the companions in this game. Can I actually sell these things? All right, cool. At least I can sell traps in this game, because I couldn't do that last time. There's got to be some sort of well, this helmet isn't exciting enough for me to care about, so we're gonna get rid of it. Alright, what do you got to sell? Nothing exciting. Blade of Cold. +1 Constitution damage. It also would have been fun to play some beefy two-hander, you know, like a barbarian or a variant on my divine champion that went more down the offensive route, a retribution paladin, if you will. All right. Well, thanks.
Hail and
I just want to ask you some questions. One ran in here and got its brains dashed out. Dashed out? Yeah, but my friend is most likely to play a damage-based paladin. That's his bag. Ideally, he would use a two-handed hammer, but those weren't part of the games. I remember that there were mods or player-made content that had a maul, a two-handed hammer, but he would probably compromise and play either with an axe or a greatsword. Great axe, greatsword. You wield a hammer like a dwarf. It's no wonder they ran off. Now that's a compliment if I ever heard one. Thank you, Dorna. Must have missed the main body of kobolds as I worked the forge. I hunted around, but they were gone. I guess one that came in must have been a straggler. What about yourself? Yes. Oh, right now? A bad joke. Some people think I have an odd sense of humor. What do you think, Arinel? Am I very strange? Yes. You are too sweet. I would pick you up and give you a big kiss, but I suppose that would not be appropriate. I mean, do what you will, Fiona. You are a rather strange woman, Fiona. I guess that's why I always enjoyed your company. And I enjoyed yours, little thief. I have even forgiven you for that short sword you borrowed. Oh, you knew. You knew. Oh, sorry. I could just play over and over again. That would be the true nostalgia. Right? Because I had certainly replayed a lot of it again and again. Just to try out new characters. Bit of an altaholic. That's what is so nice about Final Fantasy XIV, is that you don't actually need to make new characters. Like, it tempers my altaholic nature, because I can just equip a new weapon and work on that. So I'm always helping out the one character, but like on WoW, I have one of everything. And I, just random whims to try out other things. Most of us do not wish to talk about the past. We spend most of our lives trying to pretend it never happened. What was so bad? Let us just say that I grew up at Zentil Keep and have only the most unpleasant memories of it. I do not wish to speak of it further. Alright. It's possible. I do bounce around games, though. I've been starting to get the itch for Dark Souls again. For Dark Souls, I've been having a little bit of an itch to play some more Stardew Valley as well. It's good to see you, One-Hom. Nasty business with these kobolds. I hope that Master Drogon's well also. He's not. He was poisoned. That's terrible. If there's anything I can do to help him, don't hesitate to let me know. Terrible, evil little creatures these kobolds are. Is there something else I can do for you? Yeah, what do you have in stock? Cloak of the High Forest. AC +2, Fortitude +1. Skin of the Forest. Usable by Ranger or Druid. It's a +1. Gives them off some light. Can use camouflage. Boots of Hardiness. Good old classic Boots of Hardiness. Is this supposed to be a longbow +1? It has the graphic of a +1, but the description is not it. You have both Dark Souls and Stardew Valley. Are those the two? Did I only mention 2 games? If you haven't played Dark Souls, you should do that. It's got to be one of my favorite games of the decade. Like, it's so good. People get all uppity about it's hard, right? Like that's like the big thing. It's like, oh, it's a hard game. But here's the thing. It's about as hard as any old game was. And what's with all these tracks that I can't look at? Did you have any?
What?
So there are a couple of things about Dark Souls that is why I like it so much. One, it has the rewarding aspect of not being a handheld game where you actually do have to figure out how to play it and to succeed. And then even once you do so, it's generally not a cakewalk, right? So like bosses, you don't expect to beat them on your first try. You kind of expect it to be between 3 and 5 attempts, generally speaking. And then if there's one that you just can't wrap your head around, it might stop you for a bit where you figure it out. Or maybe it means you got to grind a little bit or figure out the trick to it. Most of the difficulty is a learning curves or more of a puzzle. Like you just got to figure out what works well in the scenario. And in that sense, to me, it plays a lot like like a Mega Man game or a Castlevania game. They're hard, but it's because you don't understand what you're supposed to be doing. So there's a little bit of puzzle to it where you just got to kind of source out what it is you're supposed to be doing in certain areas or in certain fights. And that I find very compelling in terms of a game. It's fun to learn to play it over time and get better at it. It has the downside of there's some reaction timing to it. So if you take a big break, you are definitely worse at the game than you were when you were playing it hot and heavy. So like, it's been a long time since I've been playing Dark Souls 3, and then I did the DLC. And the DLC was okay, but it was challenging. And then there was a pretty big gap between the first DLC and the second. And I hadn't touched a Souls game at all in the interim. And so I got in to do the new one, and it was whooping my ass. I felt like I hadn't put in the work to be able to beat it. And I got to the first boss, and I'm still at the first boss. I should work on that, really. But it's not as hard as people make it sound. It's hard like, I don't know, any other game where you have checkpoints and you have to redo levels until you figure out how to beat that level. It plays like those kind of older games. So I don't know. I never got frustrated with it like some people do. I get bored with those games that are just like press A to win, right? Where you just keep clicking the button and eventually you'll do it. Those get kind of boring. They can be cool, like the Gods of Wars of the world are cool, like to mash, like it looks cool, but at the same time, I've never gone back and replayed any of those games. Have you seen any kobolds just outside my door? They were driven off. Other than those, I don't know. They left by the gate. It somehow seems wrong that they would savage the town and then leave politely by the front door. Alright, well, I should go. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Alright, what else do we got in town? We've got the community hall, the tavern, and the front gate. Which one was she playing? And do you remember what boss?
Well met. Hello. Hey there.
it's good to see that you're okay. Yeah, as much as I like to try, to me, doing the sticking to a single style of play is more of a challenge choice, right? So, usually my first playthrough of something like a Dark Souls or whatever, I'll pick kind of a safe build, and then if I need to get a certain weapon or something to be able to get through the area, I'll do that. And then if I want to replay it, I'll put those kind of restrictions on myself, like I can only win using magic or that kind of thing. Like if I want to do like a role play style. I mean, I'll usually do a role play style build, but usually I'll start off with something safe, like a sword and board, paladin type, or like evil warrior type, one or the other, and that would be kind of my first go through, and just be willing to compromise a little bit. And then later build, it's like I'm gonna do it with all range weapons or only daggers or whatever, and then it's of course infinitely harder. How was Drogon doing? Well, he's not good. He was poisoned. Damnable reptiles. Took us by surprise, they did. I hope Drogon recovers. If he died, that would be a real loss for all of us. Oh, yeah. I understand not wanting to compromise, but I don't feel like Dark Souls isn't really the game for that. They definitely design areas and boss fights to be easier with certain methods. So if you're willing to be more rounded and make changes, it'll work out better for you, for sure. So the first one, and it was one of the last bosses. So in the first one, the game kind of changes after you do Ornstein and Smough. Ornstein and Smough is kind of a game stopper for a lot of people. It's a pretty difficult fight. Once you beat that, though, then you're tasked with killing the 4 holders of like the Lord Soul. And who are showstoppers in those 4? I don't know. The 4 Kings is hard if you don't know how to do it. But 4 Kings can be cheesed really easily, but if you weren't willing to change your style, then they would be very difficult. Nito isn't too bad once you figure out it. Seath is pretty easy, in my opinion. Like, that one's pretty straightforward. And then, who's the last? Why can't I remember the last one? Nito, Seath, 4 Kings. Wow, I'm totally blanking. Bed of Chaos. There it is. Bed of Chaos is regarded as one of the worst fights because it's not really a fight. It's just a puzzle. You just have to hit these 2 things on the side and then jump up the middle and it's over. It's a 3-hit boss. The difficulty is avoiding dying during those things. And then 4 Kings is very hard unless you just stack defense and use your hardest hitting weapon. Like, it doesn't matter really even how fast you move as long as you can face tank. If you face tank what they're doing, you actually stop a lot of the damage. They also telegraph their swings like really heavily. You have a lot of time to react to what they're doing. But honestly, whenever I do 4 Kings, I just throw on my best armor, walk really slow, put on a big weapon, and hit it. And then it turns out to be really easy if you do that. You're just like, I'm gonna put on Havel's armor and slowly walk up to it, and then 2-hand my weapon and swing, and they go down really quick. Uh, I don't. Yeah, none of them are too bad. Beta Chaos is really frustrating just because it's like none of your fighting helps you. You just have to figure out how to get through the falling floor and the big overhead smashes, and then once you do that, it's fine. And you can kind of cheese that too, because if you have a ranged weapon, you can just shoot the things on the side, and you don't have to figure out how to run through all of the obstacles that they give you. Then it's just a matter of making the run straight up the center and jumping. I have a lot of trouble with the final boss of that game because the thing that makes the final boss easy is being able to parry, and I'm terrible at parrying. So if you can parry though, he's a joke. You can just parry and kill him without taking any damage. It's silly. One World, Dark Souls is a dangerous topic for me to get on. I can just gush about those games forever. Is there a Hilltop? Anything Hilltop can do to... You might want to talk to Hanny in the town hall. Beyond that, you could check around to make sure the kobolds aren't still bothering the locals. As long as we're short-handed, none of us can spare the time from keeping watch. Yeah, I can gush about Neverwinter Nights too. It's harder to find someone to gush about Neverwinter Nights with, though. Plus, it's a little less fresh in my mind, so all of my gushing before I started doing this playthrough again would have been nostalgia based. No, not personally. Smithy, I'm sure she could supply commitment. The ones that they went south by the way of the town gates. You intend to chase? If so, they've got quite a head start on you. Oh no, I didn't. I saw your question. I haven't played Gothic. Should I play Gothic? Let's take a look at this bad boy. Oh, it's like it's a third-person action adventure. Sorta. With Neverwinter Nights graphics. Look at that. Look at all them polygons. Yeah, maybe I'll check it out. Anyways, I've got to go, man. Oh my goodness, there. We've got Guilford, we've got Girl. Bunch of commoners. Is the girl not a commoner? Boy? Badly wounded commoner. We got the drunk mayor and Hania, who apparently has her hands full taking care of the drunk mayor. Alright.
Hello.
Nasher? How? What are you doing going by the name of Guilford in Hilltop? My back hurts from all the bending and healing I have done this day. Not that I would complain. Servants of Ilmater never complain. It's part of the canon. It's part of the canon? Alright. How may this servant of Ilmater assist you? That's funny. Start off as a fighter, but you need to use everything. In those kind of games where you have like a single story and like it forces you into the I like to kind of be the penultimate of everything, right? Like have all of the abilities and do all the things. Could I see what items you have for sale, my friend? You've got some cloaks. Cloak of movement. I like cloaks of movement. Amulet of the Master, Amulet of Health. Remind me what you do? Oh, you're pretty good, yeah. And the Lesser Amulet of Health, Disease Poison, that's okay. Heart of Neely. Okay, so that uses Cure Moderate Wounds, and it has 3 charges. It says 3 charges use. Alright, that's... I ended up going with what is known as the Bewildering Archer, Michael B., which is like a few levels, I think 6 levels of Fighter, and then like 11 levels of Wizard, and then the rest are Arcane Archer. Alright, well, I'm not interested in anything that you have going on right now. Let's talk to Hania.
Well, hello there.
Aranel, it is good to see you. I was about to send someone down to check on everything at Master Drogon's. I am afraid events are far out of hand around here. Hania, did I ever tell you how helpful you are? You're the best, Hania, simply the best. Thank you, sir. You're a very good boss, too, usually. Is he drunk? I found the mayor this way in his home after the kobold attack. He was hiding in a cellar with 2 empty wine bottles beside him. I think the stress of the attack was simply too much for him and he lost control. I just hope he will be better when he sobers up. I know it frightened me. Luckily, I was here and there was enough local farmers and townsmen to hold the kobolds off. They mostly just ran past when they saw how many were in here. So, is everyone alright at the school? We were attacked, and Master Drogon got poisoned. Not Master Drogon! Oh, I can hardly afford to lose him. I was desperately hoping that he could help me deal with all the problems that have cropped up after the attack. I suppose that sounds awfully selfish of me. But I have only been here a short time, and now the mayor is completely useless. Annie has been like a daughter to me, I tell you, Aranel. No better than a daughter. Oh, Aranel, good to see you. When did you get here? Oh, Aranel, what do I do? Well, I'm here to help. Thank goodness that you are still well, Aranel. I know Master Drogon holds you in high esteem, and you have always been kind to me since I came to Hilltop. The biggest problem right now is with Piper. Small surprise there. He has always claimed to have prophetic abilities, but now people are beginning to listen. A couple days ago, Piper claimed that death was coming in the dark, and that only the chosen would survive. An old farmer, Hole Hallstrom, called him an idiot, and Piper claimed Hole would be dead within the week. And I guess Hole was killed? Hole's body was found near the edge of the village, with his throat slit so deep his head was barely attached to his body. That doesn't sound like kobolds, Hania. Piper has a number of people convinced that the kobolds are just messengers for a new, powerful god. I stopped listening to him at that point. Piper is spreading panic and chaos in our village, something we can ill afford if we are to rebuild and possibly fortify ourselves. Yeah, I'll talk to him. Would you really, Aranel? That would be such a relief. I am not asking you to hurt him or anything like that, but if he would just stop or go away, it would make my job much simpler. Is there anything I could do? I could use a pep talk. At the risk of sounding a little brazen, Aranel, if we get through these days and things can return to normal, I promise you a night of encouragement you will never forget. Oh, jeez. Hania, I was just thinking like a pep talk, you know? Not... I didn't mean you had to put on the red light, you know? There's an image that will take me years to wash out from my mind. Disgusting. It's a beautiful act of love, Dorna, and I don't need your disgust. But seriously, Hania, you don't need to, like, offer up your body. Oh dear, I did not mean for you to overhear that. But with all the problems we face right now, there's little else I can focus on. Is there anything else I can do for you? Farewell. Alright. Mayor, you got anything to say to me? Where were Drogon and his big heroes when the villagers were getting murdered? So much for relying on them for help. Sir, you're talking to one right now. I don't know what you're talking about, Hania. This is my old friend Pat. I wish you would go lay down and rest, sir. Yeah, that's good. Alright, so we got a mission to talk to some prophetic guy, and then we got a bunch of chests. Dorna, I need you.
Indeed.
More spells. I need you again, Dorna. Couple of gold.
Indeed.
You're already proving yourself far more useful than Linu.
All done. I can't do that.
What?
I can't do that.
What do you mean you can't do that? So I can do enough damage to this, but I am not doing enough damage to it. Can torches do damage? Absorbs 5 damage. There we go. It only absorbs 5 damage. Great minds think alike, One World. Just as you were typing, I was sorting it out. Wouldn't it have been neat, Dorna, if you had been able to just bash it? I'm having way too much trouble damaging this thing. Alright, we did it. For 5 gold. And a party. Alright, hold on. The fiance is asking if we're doing dinner. So I guess I should probably eat with her. Hold on. When and what would you like to eat? A little bit of text stream is perfect, you know? Alright, so now what do we got? We just haven't been into the tavern. And we also need to find Piper. Maybe Piper is in the tavern. Old man. Okay. We got the tavern master. We got some mob members and some dead kobolds. And we've got an uninjured. We've got some uninjured kobolds that don't appear to be hostile yet. Ours is deserved damnation. Alright. Old man, what do you got to say to me?
Greetings and well met.
Best be careful there, youngster. As you can see, the tavern's had a bit of a problem with kobolds. Youngster, I'm probably older than you are. What with me being an elf and all. The whole town, what's going on here? What's kobolds started a fight they couldn't finish, barricaded themselves in the kitchen, I think, and got themselves a hostage. You got that right. Can't remember the last time them little kobolds got so brave. They like to steal usually, but not fight. Why do you think the kobolds attacked? You're asking me, huh? Maybe they got driven out of the caves by something bigger. Or maybe they got told to attack. I don't know. You know anything else about them? Nasty, sneaky buggers. Probably from up in the Nether Mountains, I'd wager. You go out to Bloomberg, you'll find good paths that lead up there. Well, thanks for the... Yep, off you go, youngster. Alright, Lodar, what's the lowdown?
Oi, what can I get ya?
Look at this place. Those damnable kobolds tore in here a while ago, looking for a fight. And now, they've barricaded themselves in the kitchen. Thanks, One World. I do like doing old man voices. It's one of my favorites. That's the real benefit if you roleplay a wizard, is that you just get to do old man voice just all the time. Because who doesn't want to play an old man wizard? Do you need some help? We certainly do. The problem is that they're holding my cook hostage in there. If we try to push past the barricade, they'll kill her for certain. Have you tried? You know what? I'll just see what I can do. Thank you, Aranel. Just please make sure Mara isn't hurt. Alright. Kobolds. Yep, who you be? We want no more fights, yip yip. You lets us go, yip, or we kills cookwoman. Jeez. You hears that? You lets us go. We no fight. We take cookwoman with us. We smart. You not trick us. My persuade is not good enough. Okay. You not tries to trick us. We be much important, much better hostage. We takes. Yips, okay, maybe. But if you comes in, you comes alone. You got friends. They waits out theirs. It'll be alright, Aranel. I'll wait here for you and watch for your lead. Yeah, I'll agree. Yip yip, okays, we takes you. Gives away her. You be much betters. You not tried to tricks us now. I feel like now you hostage, yip yip. Or what we do with it. Alright, let's do a little bit of intimidation. You as hostage, you be quiet. Alright, that's fine. You is so dumb.
I shall strike you down!
Ooh, a level. Keep fighting things. Oh, okay, I died. Ah, I haven't been saving. One World, you let me proceed without doing all the saving. Alright, How far back do I have to go? Just when I left here. Great. I may or may not be a little used to being invincible. It's a bit of a change of pace. Oh, hey Lex, how's it going? Sorry, I didn't notice you pop in. I've really come down in the world since the Divine Warrior. Alright, well. 60 experience points from kobolds? Man, how generous. Alright, hold on. The lady wants to eat soonish, because it's already 7. Is anything open, or do you want me to cook? Yeah, if I think maybe I just need to remember to do my saving and whatnot.
I would speak with you a moment.
Oh, that's right. You have a bunch of stuff to say. He'll be fine. We'll make sure of it. I also want to make sure those things are done. Great. Open this door for me. You got anything better this time? I think last time it was just bullets. It's a gold piece. That is technically better than bullets. Is there... Oh, it's just a dead kobold. I just saw red. Alright.
Indeed.
Get at it, Dorna. Come on.
Indeed.
Oh, well, we're on our way to making more focus crystals.
I would speak with you a moment.
Oh, sorry, Dorna.
I would speak with you a moment.
Alright, we'll make these kobolds pay. Oh, what's up, Fiona? Ask you some questions. Tell me about yourself. I like you all the same. Why? That's all my questions. Yeah, over the years I've trained myself out of quick saving a little bit because I will usually be playing so many characters that inevitably my quick saving will override something that I meant to do for someone else. We don't need that. We don't need that. We don't need that either. I don't care about these. And then, commands. Let's open up Dorna's inventory. You don't really need a regular hand axe. You can stack those, just so you know. And oh, was this save after I did the I went back in, but this was before I went back in to get the other weapons and stuff. All right, that's fine. It's all fine. It's all well and good. He didn't have anything interesting, right? He's just like... Hey, what? He was poisoned. Seen any kobolds? What kind of things do you sell? Alright, I remember now. Oh. I moved this. Moving it wouldn't be a huge deal if I didn't have to use screen capture to make Neverwinter Night show up in OBS, or display capture, I mean. Oh, we got a, oh, there's Piper, okay. Alright, you had some stuff to say.
Hello.
Ask you some questions. Do you know where the kobolds went? Why are you so drained? Short period. In other words, you got lazy and complacent, so now you are suffering for not spending more time helping the suffering. I don't see us ever finding much common ground, follower of Vergadane. Oh, this is stuff I didn't even do last time. Look at that. That's all there is to it. I imagine I'll be feeling better in a week or two. Why don't you tell me about Ilmatar, the god of endurance, suffering, and perseverance? Ilmatar cares for those who nobody else will. We follow the path of poverty, collecting alms for those in need, and keeping little for ourselves. To help the poor and ill, we charge adventurers a fee for healing. Some do not appreciate the need, but ours is not a rich church. Our temples are modest and often in poor repair. You sure do complain a lot. Anyways. Let's get hit on by Hania again.
Well, hello there.
Yep, you're drunk. I get it. Yep, we were attacked. What are these problems? Hole was killed. I will speak to him. Use a little encouragement. Alright. Great.
Indeed.
Yep. Open that up for me, girl.
All done.
Open this one up for me, too. And then do this one?
Indeed.
Oh, you didn't finish. I see. You were just still saying all done here. That's fine. There we go. Now go unlock this one.
Indeed. All done. Indeed.
Oh, you can unlock it this time? Last time you told me that it was impossible. It was an impossible task for you.
All done here.
Alright, well, we're all kinds of rich this time. I'm all turned around. Alright, back into the tavern. Yeah, it must have. I don't know why it did, but it must have changed.
Greetings, I am well met.
Probably. This whole town. You know why. What's going on here? Alright, thanks for the information, old man. Oh, youngster. Alright. Lodar.
Wait, what can I get you?
Do you need some help? I'll see what I can do. Alright, here we go. We'll start a new train. A brand new save train. What's up, Herc? Take me. Oh, I failed my roll this time. I want to do what I did last time. Take me as prisoner. It's fine. There we go. That's going better this time. This time around. Alright, she's fine with anything, huh? Alright. Eat hot death.
Nothing to you?
We'll make sure to use our potions this time. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, that.
We did use our potions, but apparently not fast enough. No, forget I mentioned that. So do I get enough experience to level this way? Or do I... yeah, it sounds good to me. I mean, I was gonna do that anyway. Oh man, they did all the damage. No, this is no good. We need to trick them, and we need to kill them ourselves. Listen, take me hostage. This time I'll do the non-foolish thing, and when I succeed, once I succeed again, I'll save. Trickin' kobolds. Alright. I'm not sure who I should kill first. It went so well the first time, except for the dying thing. What? The villagers are dying? Did we make a bad choice, One World? Are we bad people?
I need to be healed.
What a terrible adventurer we are. We just keep dying to kobolds.
Ha!
Ugh. I need to like keep healing constantly.
Oh, that's liable to leave a scar.
You and me! Let's go!
I ain't done nothing to you!
I could let them go, that's true.
I shall strike you down!
Injustice!
Oof. I maybe used the calculator once upon a time. Yeah, killing them does seem to have some casualties, doesn't it?
I do what I must!
We lost the innkeep. All right. Well, I'm gonna think on this course of action. We'll see if this is really what we want to do. But I'm gonna real quick have some food with the lady, and then I'll be back. Shouldn't be a huge delay, but it might be a little bit of one. If you guys are still around, feel free to hop back in and chat. If not, then whatever. I'm still going to play some more tonight, but I do need to have dinner. So I'm going to do that real quick. And then I'll be back. See ya.